Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Peace. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Abled, where we, the disabled, demonstrate such superpower, super strength, super intuitiveness, super awareness, super duper everything when it comes to music, sports, culture.
That was a lot of supers.
Yeah, it was a lot of supers. I'm your host. This is Eli. Fredy is still on vacation. What up, Fredy?
Yo.
But he will be here soon, and it's playoff time.
It's playoff time.
I can almost smell the soup. For Super Bowl, we call that the soup.
Yeah.
Almost smell it. It's not cooked yet.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. Just got finished hanging out with my grandson. That's always an amazing time.
That's fun.
We had some great games. Klay came back, did some things.
Yes, sir.
John Morant jumped out of the building on a play or two.
Yes, sir.
And
Block of the year.
Yeah. So far for sure.
Yeah.
So let's get right to it, man. The college championship was an amazing game.
The one year I don't pick a winner for that, and I technically got what I wanted.
Got you.
Because every time I pick Alabama against a team, they lose. Then every time I go against them, they win. It's really weird.
It was an amazing game, and it was tight in the first half. 69 defensive battle.
Yeah, it seemed like both of the running backs for both teams were going off, but once they got into the red zone, they couldn't quite punch it in.
Right, and that's you have to attribute that to great defense.
Right, on both sides. But I feel like in the second half, the Georgia got way more aggressive.
Their two running backs,
Smith and I forgot the second one, ran to me for like each a buck.
At least, yeah.
Then that opened up the play action.
Yes.
And it's only been really one team where I feel like their wide receiver core was strong enough to go against Alabama's backs, and that was Clemson.
Yeah, they really picked on those backs. And what I also noticed was, there was a play or two that was not controversial when we reviewed it. It was a fumble.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a fumble.
And we thought that would be the play that changed the game.
Yeah.
So to see the quarterback, what's his name, Benson?
Yeah.
I forget his name because we don't really cover college a lot here. But he was a walk-on.
But he came back on the next drive.
And threw a 40-yard bomb.
Yeah. It was he dinked and dunked on 2 plays, got a couple yards, and then just
he threw a 40-yard bomb
where only his man can get it.
Yes. And I thought that changed. That gave Georgia hope that, you know what, I think we can win this.
Right.
It still was a lot of time left, so I was concerned because Alabama's one of them teams.
Yeah.
They just mosey on down and they handle their business.
Yeah, but Young didn't look that good.
No, he looked a little afraid.
He looked pedestrian.
Yeah, he did. He looked a little afraid.
Looked afraid of the moment, and I feel like me personally, I feel like they should change the rules of the Heisman and stop giving it to the best offensive player.
Yeah, and just give it to the best player. With that being said, also I want to add that Alabama's number one receiver was hurt.
Yeah, I think they. I heard Nick Saban exchange words after the game. They was like, because the Georgia head coach asked him like, "Yo, how's your wide receiver?" They were like, "It might be ACL."
Right. So with that being said, all of those passes that Young would have made would have gone to him. So he wound up throwing to a freshman, and another receiver.
Valid.
And that may have just because when you build a reputation.
Because I'm talking about previous Alabama, they had Smith.
Right.
The wide receiver from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right, exactly.
Who would cook them, who
absolutely
would put on performance.
So you build that reputation
But you still gotta go out there and play.
No, you still got to play. So I say that to not take anything away from Georgia. I picked Alabama to win. Georgia then came down. They got a critical 3-and-out on Alabama
in a minute because it was
right.
Alabama after they scored the touchdown, put them up 8. They had 8 minutes to make a drive.
Yes,
and they had a quick 3-and-out in a minute.
And so with that being said, and then Georgia marched down the field,
ran the ball down their throat,
scored another touchdown.
No, they didn't score another touchdown. Alabama still had a shot.
Oh, right.
They took 4 minutes off the clock with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
And they still had the shot.
They still had a shot.
And then they threw the interception.
And then your man kept on at the 50-yard line.
He kept throwing bombs.
We know it's that, and we know it's a 4th down territory. Yes. You don't want to give the ball back to Georgia.
Right, absolutely.
Now 3rd and 10, I'm thinking, okay, cool, it's 2 down. You know it's 2 down.
Yes.
Why do you keep trying to bomb it down the field?
Get it all. He tried to get it
all back in one swing.
Yes.
I'm thinking at best, do a little dink pass, make it 4th and 6 and 4th and 5.
And then manage that. Yes.
You still have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. That's a lifetime.
It is with 3 timeouts.
With 3 timeouts, and if you know how to play your offense.
Yeah.
And
Eli can't disagree with you on any of what you just said.
And Georgia's defense, because I saw a clip of like their captain.
Yeah.
Getting mad at his man because he was like, "Yo, you gotta help me."
Yes.
On this play, I bailed you out on this play.
Right.
I think because you can't make against teams like Alabama and the Patriots. You cannot make mistakes against those 2 teams, and against 2 legendary coaches and Nick Saban and Bill Belichick.
Absolutely, because they will make you pay.
They're the exact same. They will make you pay. And he was like, "Yo, I need you to pick up the slack. Not even pick up the slack. You just messed up on because it was
just cover your assignment.
Cover your assignment, and then on the very next play, he got the big sack. His man that he was barking at, got the big sack, and he was like, "That see, that's what I needed you to do."
Absolutely. And then they got the pick 6.
Yeah,
which it was just icing on the cake.
It was a terrible throw.
It was. I disagree.
Okay,
the throw was bad, but the wide receiver was open.
Right.
Because the wide receiver was behind the defensive guy. If the defensive guy catches the ball and the wide receiver is chasing him, that means that the ball wasn't thrown far enough.
Right.
Had you thrown it far enough, the only person who can catch it is the wide receiver.
Right.
He threw it short.
Right.
So the defender, the corner was just turned around and caught it.
It landed on his lap, yeah.
It landed in his lap. And so I got to put that one on the quarterback.
And the head coach has been coached under Nick Saban for 11 seasons. I didn't know that.
Yes.
And he's the same head coach who lost to Alabama 4 years ago.
Yes.
In that iconic game that we watched.
So this is the first time Nick Saban has lost to one of his understudies.
Right. And this is the first national championship, I think, for Georgia in 41 years.
Yes. Clap all of that. Those are just major claps.
If they can bring back most of the same members from the championship team, I think they can have a strong shot to.
And they were celebrity driven because Georgia's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it was all the celebrities, Quavo and everybody.
But you would think Atlanta has a lot of bad luck.
They have, but so when they win, it's big.
Yeah.
41 years you waited for this one?
Right. No, and that whole town, because last year the Atlanta Hawks went to the Eastern Conference.
That's my point. So they're on the come up.
Yeah.
Atlanta's
except for the Falcons. Falcons.
No, I don't know what's wrong with the
We ain't
Falcons.
gonna talk about that. But
so let's talk football. The Cowboys. Oh, let me hit you with the.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So we did have the last final week in football, which was significant for some teams.
Yeah,
and insignificant for others.
Yeah.
The Cowboys slapped the Eagles, which was a meaningless game. Eagles didn't play none of their starters.
That meant more to the Cowboys.
Yes, the Cowboys
than the Eagles.
And they broke a lot of records. Dak had 5 touchdowns, some receiving records, and they did this to kind of get themselves.
I thought your man Diggs was gonna get a pick.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't play much.
Okay.
I don't think he played at all. He didn't play at all.
Okay.
He wasn't in
Michael,
the game.
Cause I heard Michael kind of got nicked up.
Yeah, he didn't play. They want to save him for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys win a meaningless game against Philly, but we'll take it 51-26.
But yeah, I did have a shot to get the number 2 seed.
Yeah, we needed 3 things to happen, and 2 of those 3 things
did happen. Yeah.
So that was another reason the Cowboys wanted to play the game out, because sometimes you never know how these things fall.
Right.
And this 2 seed, it guarantees you at least
2 home games. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what the NFL is getting ready to do. They're getting ready to add another team.
Right, it's the number 1 team.
So the number 1 got to play. Everyone is gonna have to play.
And they're gonna add that extra week.
And they're gonna add. No, they're not gonna. Yeah, they're gonna add the extra week
because they've been talking about that 19-week.
Yep. So there'll be 18
schedule.
games and 8 teams that make the playoffs.
Right. So 18 games,
19 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be having football for the whole year.
Right.
That's what it'll seem like.
Yeah.
The Chiefs and the Broncos. The Chiefs win this game. It was a close game, but they do win it.
Yeah.
But they win it, and it means nothing.
No, but I am very concerned in the since they lost that game to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Which is 2 weeks ago, because they was on an 8-game winning streak.
But you got to understand, the Bengals are good.
Bengals
are
good.
Like they lost to a team that they should have beat.
Right.
Maybe they slept on the Bengals.
But that would have secured their number 1 seed.
Right. Now they are the number 2 seed, and that could be the difference between night and day.
Their defense is looking. Now, you did give them the benefit of the doubt that it was just regular season. They really want to play for the playoffs.
Yeah. When you become a veteran team that's been to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row, sometimes by accident you can overlook the regular season.
Right.
Because you want to get to the playoffs.
That's what happened the first 7 weeks, which is why they were 3 and 4.
Absolutely. I've seen it happen in basketball all the time.
Right.
Where you just go, you know what, just get me to the playoffs because I know how this works. In football, it's a little different because it's one and done.
Right.
So you can't afford to say, all right, I can lose 2 games in a series as a la LeBron and figure some things out and still win the series.
So me and you both agree that their defense is definitely a concern.
Yes, it is a concern.
Nobody's really worried about their offense because they were saying that their offense looks just fine.
Yeah, I think they'll score enough points.
I am worried about Patrick Mahomes throwing a few picks though.
Okay.
Because he has been doing that a lot. Like, this is the highest.
But he hasn't thrown any lately. Like, the first 7 games, he looked pedestrian.
Right. But now,
since then, he seemed to take what they give him, and he's starting to understand the nuances of the quarterback position.
Right. So now, and they still get 2 home games.
They'll still get 2 home games. So they won't have to deal with, let's say, Tennessee until it's for the money.
And Tennessee does have their kryptonite in the running offense.
Yes, we'll talk about that when we start.
But yeah, no, big. I mean, a win is a win. You take it how you can get it.
The Steelers win, and they had to wait around.
Yeah,
they won a very overtime game. It was a close game.
This is what happened. So because the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Colts,
which we didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't expect either because the Colts had to win that in order to get in.
Yes,
because they lost 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
to another team. I forgot who it was.
Mm-hmm.
But because Jacksonville beat the Colts, the Chargers and the Raiders were automatically in.
Yes.
If it had ended in a tie, if that game had ended in a tie, they were both in, and the Steelers were out.
Right.
Steelers ended up winning their game, which they were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And then they did the Chargers.
We'll get to that. But congratulations on the Steelers winning that game.
Steelers win, and Big Ben, he gets his last shot in the playoffs.
It's giving me Ray Lewis vibes.
Okay.
How Ray Lewis kind of right before the playoffs started, he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna retire," and that
galvanized his team to get behind him, and they did win. The Bucks slaughtered the Panthers. We knew that.
Yeah.
And that secured the number 2 seed.
Tom made some records.
Yeah, he broke some more records of Drew Brees and passing and yards.
He helped
completions.
Gronk get his incentives.
I heard he went back in the game against.
Yeah. To get him that is.
That's interesting.
And AB, just you don't think I would have done that for you?
Yeah. So that was a little.
Side note, speaking on the Bucks, we already on them.
Yeah.
AB was already bugging an interview saying Tom can't do it by himself. Obviously, he can't do it by himself.
Yeah, obviously.
Look, the statement was like lackluster because I'm thinking.
Yeah, I expected more from him. Yeah.
If you're gonna say something meaningful.
But take the high road.
Right, and that too.
Don't say I'm only Tom's friend because I can catch.
Right.
Well, this is football.
He does need help. He has 52 other players
that all have to play their position.
I can only have 11 on the field. Of course I need help. It's a team game.
Right.
It's not like in the NBA. NBA, I can put you on my back, the whole team on my back,
I can.
And take us far. I've seen LeBron do it 1,000 times.
1,000 times, absolutely.
Football, you need things to go your way.
If the left tackle ain't on his job,
right,
you can't do your job.
Right.
If the right guard don't pull when he's supposed to pull, the running back can't hit that lane where he's supposed to be. It is an assignment driven, and all the pieces matter.
Do you think part of his impulsive reactions is to some CTE?
We won't know until he dies. That's the unfortunate thing about it.
Yeah.
Because you can't examine the brain.
Right.
But I do think he's dealing with something because Tom. Then he made it seem like if Tom is my friend, why am I playing for this little contract? Well, Tom is the only one who offered you anything.
Right.
He came and rescued you when he was in New England.
Right.
And then when he got to Tampa Bay, it wasn't like it was a lot of teams lining up to pay you money because I'm pretty sure you went where the money was.
And the Chiefs were going to give you the same thing. It was still going to be
same
a minimum
because of the risk involved.
Right.
So, he needs to check himself.
But I'm just saying, look what he did for Gronk. Who Gronk didn't say nothing.
Right.
Just did his business and got what he wanted.
Right. Yes, absolutely. The game of the week was the Raiders and Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a lot of back and forth in this game.
And I was seeing so many memes, bro. It was so funny. But going into the game, I had the Chargers winning this game. Because I said
Justin Herbert would come through.
It was sort of like what I said about Joe Burrow and Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert's more talented, but Derek Carr is a better overall quarterback.
Yeah.
But I thought also, too, the Chargers had a better team.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Chargers are on the 18-yard line. Talking about on the Raiders 18-yard, or how does that work?
Yeah, the Raiders 18 going in for the score.
No. I'm talking about the other. Like they
they were on their own 18.
Yeah, they were on.
And they was fourth
and 1.
And they went for it.
They went for it. No, they went for it. And I'm like, you're gonna do that in the third quarter.
That made no sense.
Every cool if it was the first quarter. I'm like, all right, cool.
That made no sense.
And you didn't get it.
And that changed the game.
Then they're now
even though it got to overtime and all that.
It's 15-29. Right? Yeah, it was 15-29. I thought the game was over. I turned it off.
I turned it off as well. I'm not gonna lie. I said this one is in the bags. And then when I woke up and saw the final score,
I saw it social media and Steelers fans were panicking because it was 29-29.
Yeah.
And they don't need to take the tie. So I'm like, okay, what did Justin Herbert do? He threw 2 touchdowns.
How he converted the first player ever to convert 6 straight fourth downs in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Fourth and list.
If you needed your quarterback to put it all out there, he definitely did that.
Yeah, we'll clap that up for him for an effort. Gave a great effort.
Going into overtime, it's about 38 seconds left, and both teams have 2 timeouts. Then the Chargers head coach decides to call timeout. Bad call.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, let the clock run out. Let them figure that out.
Yes.
You just honestly just need to trust your defense.
Yes.
You're panicking. You call a timeout, which then makes the Raiders think, okay, if we can just get a little opening.
Let's just go
for the field goal and win the game.
Yep.
Ran it up the field, ran for about 9 yards, got the first down. They're at the 30 now.
And that was ball.
And then it's like, all right, cool. Then you're trying to see if they're going to call that last time out. They didn't. Kicked the field goal, went for the win. And I did feel a little bit bad because I do know where the Chargers fans are coming from. It's just like, ending the time we both make it.
Yeah. Let's just both go to the playoffs.
And let's just both go to the playoffs. But it's how also, too, I think the Raiders was also thinking about the bracket.
The bracket.
Because if they had let in a tie, they would have had to face the Chiefs. They don't want to face the Chiefs outright.
And Eli, you played to win the game.
Yeah. As Coach would always
The
say.
integrity of the game. I've seen teams, and remember, it was a lot of slack with this last year, with teams, two teams are trying to make the playoffs,
Right.
and one team don't even bring nobody out there.
Right.
And they just lose the game on purpose.
Right.
And it's like, come on, we're fighting here.
Right.
And, so at least for the integrity of the game, put up a fight.
So because the Raiders won, they get to now face the Bengals, which I think they like that matchup way better.
They like that matchup, yeah.
And now the Steelers get in.
But now they got to go.
They got to go into Kansas City.
Which is a tough place to play. Arrowhead's
and
tough.
Just bad coaching, man. That's coach 101, not knowing how
So you think he's gonna keep his job?
Well, I feel like the coaches who got fired, some of them deserved it, like Urban Meyer and John Gruden.
Yeah, I don't think LaFleur.
LaFleur, but you only as good as your quarterback, and because Tua is not that good, it's not his fault.
No, absolutely.
And like you said off the air, he didn't draft the quarterback.
Right. That's not his. That's the GM's job.
That's the GM's job.
Right.
So because the Chargers, to me, do have a future quarterback in the making, he will keep it. But if those stupid mistakes happens, let's say again next year in this situation,
then it's over.
Then I think you gotta just move on.
Yep. Facts.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Well, let's get to this bracket.
Yes, sir.
So we can get to these games. Because now it's for the money now.
Yeah.
It's.
So the first game, Saturday, 4:30, Raiders, Bengals. I'm taking. I think we said the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders. I just think.
Right. Yeah.
Cincinnati should be happy to be here.
Right.
You've done your job.
Right. You made it.
Now, and because Las Vegas is the gambling capital.
Yeah.
Fans
they're gonna
betting
get
on games.
their home court Super Bowl.
And then they got the Madden.
John Madden aura around them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
It's in the Chargers Stadium.
Okay.
And the Rams Stadium. That sci-fi.
Right. So
it's
I'm gonna take the Raiders in a close game.
What's the score?
24-21.
Okay.
Field goal wins it.
Okay.
I think Burrows plays well.
That's the thing. If Burrow breaks out,
and them receivers,
right? If Burrow can give me 400 and Chase gives me 2 touchdowns,
you know what? I might have to change my. No, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I think.
But do you trust their defense against that explosive offense?
I don't. But I do. I just think the experience of the Raiders, will be what gets them through.
I will say Derek Carr did not get to play in the playoffs a couple years back when I'm talking about when they was
12-4, right?
Because he tore his ACL. This is his first real playoff experience coming up. Mm-hmm. I think he is a veteran quarterback compared to Joe Burrow.
Yep.
So I think that will play into factor, and the John Madden and Vegas.
Yep.
So yeah, we're both taking the Raiders. Second game, 8:30, Patriots, Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo at home. I know you're taking the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm
I think lately,
even though I'm highly disappointed in
Mac Jones he's been playing like a rookie lately.
No, but also too, my defense ain't playing
slacking.
Has not been playing up to New England defense.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take Buffalo in a blowout, 31-17. It's not even gonna be close. I think they want to exact some revenge on Bill Belichick and the Patriots for that crazy running game that they
did
demonstrated or exposed Buffalo in. So I have Buffalo in a blowout.
I'm gonna expect my defense to finally play like New England defense. I do expect Mac Jones to have a solid game because he is a rookie. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say the Patriots win 28-21.
Okay.
Touchdown.
All right, and let's go to Sunday's games.
We have Eagles Buccaneers.
I think we
1
both have
o'clock.
the Bucks in that 1
Bucks,
o'clock.
I have it being a blowout. I have it being 35-14.
Yep, around that time. I expect the Eagles to put up some kind of fight, but I'm not sure
Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts can get the job done.
Yeah, and I don't expect Tom Brady to be playing around. And luckily for them, they are going to get a few pieces back.
Yes.
On defense and on offense.
JPP is coming back and a few other pieces.
Fournette is coming back.
Yes.
They have Le'Veon Bell.
Yes.
As their backup. So,
yes, so they're going to be not fully staffed because Godwin
tore his ACL.
Towards ACL. What about Evans?
Evans is going to be back. He played.
And they lost AB. Due to other circumstances.
Right.
But I do think they have enough to beat the
Eagles. For Philadelphia. Yeah.
No real threat there.
Yeah. 4:30 game, 49ers, Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys by a field goal, 31-28. It's a close game. I just think the Cowboys offensively have enough to put up some points. But this one scares me because of the way the 49ers got in to the playoffs.
And Debo, and the way Debo plays.
The way Debo's playing. Yeah.
You got to worry about him as a wideout and a running back.
Yes, he's like a multi-purpose player, and I'm concerned that Diggs, who gambles a lot, will get beat.
Dak is a better quarterback, but I like the 49ers.
Garoppolo is not ain't no pushover now.
No, but he does make a lot of mistakes.
He did go to the Super Bowl. He did take a team to the Super Bowl.
He did.
And he has quite a few come from behind victories.
He did.
On his record.
He did come back from a 17-point deficit.
Yeah, he did. So I'm not going to sleep on him.
I'm gonna take the 49ers. I'm too worried about your offense. That don't really use Elliott properly. I don't know whose fault that is. And unless the only real shot I have is if your defense shows up.
Yeah. Well, we have a stout defense,
which I do.
You know.
So if that happens, then
playoff games are usually won on that end of the ball.
But the 49ers also have an outstanding defense as well.
Yeah, they're tough.
So
they're tough.
I'm gonna take the 49ers. I think it's gonna be 28-14. They won by 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. Wow, on the road.
Yeah, on the road.
Oh.
We had the Steelers and the Chiefs.
This game is a blowout.
At 8:30.
I got the Chiefs winning 28-10.
Okay.
I don't think Pittsburgh can put up enough points.
Right.
I don't care how much they rally behind.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs too, but it's 60% Chiefs, 40% Steelers.
Okay.
Because I'm banking on Steelers. Know this is the last hurrah for Big Ben. So like how the Ravens knew with Ray Lewis. Their defense is amazing.
Who, Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And if they can force Patrick to make mistakes, which he has this season, and if Ben can expose their defense, because their defense has been looking shaky.
Yeah, but Ben he's been looking like it's time to go.
Yeah.
So if this was Ben 3 or 4 years ago,
this is gonna be this is gonna be a defensive game.
Okay.
Defense versus offense. I bet most of the time I would take offense, but I think in this situation,
So you're taking Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I'm kind of low key taking Pittsburgh. I'll bet a little bit on
that's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh.
I was with you all the way through your picks.
Yeah, nah.
That's not.
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh. I think it's gonna be a Big Ben type of moment. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh 28-24.
Okay. And our Monday game.
First ever.
First ever Monday night playoff game.
Which is gonna kind of throw the team off, and then you got to. Well, it's gonna be like a regular week, technically. If your next game is on a Saturday or
Sunday.
Cardinals, Rams. I'm taking the Rams.
This is a division game.
Sis.
What were these guys? I think they split the season.
No.
Yeah, they split. I think
they did.
I think they went 1-1 against each other.
Probably did.
I'm gonna take the Rams too, but it's gonna be very close.
Right. Okay. My bad. The 49ers beat the Rams.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this. Is gonna be very close. 21-17.
I don't know if Hopkins is playing because I know he's out.
Yeah, I think without Hopkins, that's gonna hinder them.
They don't have.
But his ability to run neutralizes Donaldson in him a little bit,
right?
Because he's not a stationary kind of guy.
They don't have J.J. Watt.
No, he's coming back, from what I understand.
From that?
Yeah, for that game. I mean, I don't know how much that helps them. I take the Rams. I think they're healthier. I think Stafford, bro, he might throw a pick or two.
Yeah, and that's the one downside.
That's his downside.
What's the score?
21-17.
Okay.
Rams.
I'm gonna say 24-14.
Okay.
Rams will win by 10. If Stafford just has to go through this entire playoffs without throwing too many picks.
Yes.
He actually had to play like Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers, he's not gonna throw no picks.
Yeah. He's got to play perfect.
He's got to play perfect because the Rams is a team that you do not want to face.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
All right, so let's get into some of the NBA action. First of all, he's back.
Clap it up for Klay.
Clap it up for Klay Thompson. Came back, had a very decent game. He missed a lot of shots, which was to me to be expected.
Yeah, he didn't.
The surprise was the dunk for me.
Yeah, that scared me.
But that tells me that he was more than ready to prepare to come back. To me, it seemed like a Golden State gave him an extra month.
Yeah.
A month and a half because they were winning, so he was able to take extra time.
Right,
they were
winning. They were winning such at a rapid pace. It was just like, yo, we don't really need him for this.
So give him the extra time he needed. So now he's coming in dunking. His shot looks it looks good, but just a little off.
Right.
But it was happy to see him out there. They're gonna give him about 25 minutes a game.
Right.
He won't play back-to-backs, which is understood.
Right.
Most players who come off these injuries, they don't play back-to-back.
So he'll have about 17 to 20 games
before the real after the All-Star break is when teams really push forward, and the trade deadline is February 10th. So any teams
I don't think. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, any teams that are gonna make moves will make them at that point, and then we lock in. And so he's got about 15, 20 games to get his legs under him, and then they're a very dangerous squad.
Yeah, I just looked at like our roster. We have Poole, Wiggins, Iguodala. Then you got Steph, Klay, and Draymond. Then you have
a third tier.
A third tier in terms of Toscano.
Yes.
Gary Payne.
Yeah, man. I call them rebel rousers.
Right. Bielitsa.
Bielitsa. Yes.
And then you got Wiseman, who's gonna come back.
Yes.
I don't think he's gonna be that good of a big.
But he won't have to. Listen, all he needs to do is his job.
Yeah.
Give Looney a break when Looney needs a break.
Right.
Come in, block a few shots. The Warriors are a very dangerous team. They could win 2-3 years in a row.
Yeah, of like championship. Yeah,
they could end their careers with 5 to 6 titles, and then you have to say because of the break in between that they were one of the greatest teams. Ever.
Yeah. It's like Chicago.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. I don't think we're gonna make any trades.
No.
I think you got to just rock it out.
Because
I think if anything,
Wiggins has proven he's valuable.
Right. He's definitely proven that. We need a center to back up Looney going against teams like the Suns, the Denver Nuggets. Talking about Wiseman.
Yeah, but I think Wiseman can get it done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We don't move on. If we're gonna make a trade, it's gonna be next offseason.
Yes.
To bring in that Miles Turner.
Yeah.
Or
So shout that out. LeBron and the Lakers are doo-doo.
Yeah. But
they did win 4 in a row against subpar teams. But what I'm noticing is the smaller lineup with LeBron at center.
Malik Monk.
Yeah, Malik Monk at starting all but the last game. They seem to click better because you got these young guys who could switch.
Right.
They look too old with Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and LeBron up backcourt.
Right, as the front court.
now they look like they can switch because everything is about switching.
Yeah, and defending
and
that three.
defending 2 and 3 positions. But I still say they have to make a couple of moves. They're talking about
To defend Westbrook real quick, which I never normally do, but I had just saw a video, and I'm gonna send it to you after the show.
okay.
When he gets a triple double, his winning percentage is 71,
Yeah, okay.
which is about like 60. That's a 60 win rate. Now, granted, he has not been doing that as a Laker,
Well, because LeBron has the ball.
right?
So obviously that's not
Because
going
the teams that he was on, he was the dominant,
primary ball handler.
and he's terrible off the ball.
He's terrible off the ball.
And then when he shoots it, what did you say?
His geometry is off. I mean, the shots he's taking, he's not planning those shots out.
And at this point, guys, you can't keep saying, "I give it some time." We're about 40 games in.
That's enough time.
That's enough time to figure.
Yeah. So this is what I'm hearing. Jeremy Grant could come in for Horton Tucker and a few other pieces. You still got to go get.
You still got to. You got that first round pick from Cleveland.
You got to go get Miles Turner.
Yeah, but we won't Miles Turner. But
Yeah, but or whatever.
yeah.
And you have to find another team to get involved. A 3-team trade to get rid of Westbrook, because no one wants to take on his $40 million contract this year and $40 million next year.
Next year, yeah.
Now, if this was the last year of his contract, teams would take that on,
Right.
because they can move him. But he's got another year of that contract. So unless the Lakers are able to get a third team involved,
you're still putting all your money on Anthony Davis, because I'm not.
I have to put my money on Anthony.
Right.
I have to put my money on them getting Jeremy Grant as a 3-and-D guy.
Right.
Kendrick Nunn coming along.
Where's he at, bro?
He's injured. Him coming along.
He's been
and
injured
Anthony Davis getting the rest he needs and being ready for that playoff push. Other than that, I have nothing.
So okay. Also, you was really excited, guys. He was really excited when he was winning those 4 games.
Yeah, I thought they turned the corner.
He was coming in my room, talking trash to me and everything, and I'm like, bro, I'm not worried about LeBron.
I thought they had to. LeBron has been playing at a rapid pace.
I'm
Over
really,
30 points a game,
Yeah.
10 of his last 11, second in the league in scoring.
he had been killing it.
He's been killing it. But with no big, they have a problem rebounding the ball. They're not blocking no shots. They're small. They've been playing LeBron at center, which means you guys are very small. You can do that against sub 500 teams. Good teams are not going to let you get away with that.
And speaking of sub 500 teams, y'all are 5-11 against teams above 500.
Yeah,
So those 4-game winning streaks, even though I do think it was starting to make, if you had handled this stuff, it would have made a difference.
Yeah.
Because you just need a little bit of wins, and then
Because you got to take the wins any way you can get them if they're going to build confidence.
Right. But 5-11 ain't gonna cut it.
That's not going to cut it.
And y'all letting teams shoot 60% from the field, and about 50 from the three.
Yeah, we letting teams get whatever they want. And speaking of teams who are getting whatever they want, Memphis is on a 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, but I hope we end. I'm hoping we end that tonight.
Okay.
Also, speaking of Memphis and real quick and the Warriors, in Klay's game return, Klay was he became the second fastest player in NBA history with 1.K threes, trailing Steph Curry.
Okay. And Steph had to honor Klay because he would never be that open his whole career.
Right, yeah.
So they know they're like peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
So
and that just credit them for being the best backcourt.
So
in
he
NBA
got
history.
1,500 threes.
Or 1.8.
Okay.
I guess one.
The fastest to get there besides his boy.
Yeah, besides the boy.
I'm not surprised. Let's clap that up.
And no, I'm back to Memphis real quick. I'm happy for Memphis. They kind of play. They remind me of those.
And that guy Dylan Brooks is not even back yet. He
came back the last game, not against your Lakers. Oh no, maybe it was against the Lakers.
I didn't see him.
But he tweaked his ankle.
As
soon as he came back, so now he's gonna be out for another 3 to 5 weeks.
Oh,
with that.
Jeez.
off of the injury he had just came back from.
Yeah.
But
they're tough.
They're tough.
They athletic. They look like they like playing with each other.
Right. They remind me of the Mike Conley, Tony Allen, and Zebo type of team.
Yes, and this guy, John Moran, I saw him time that block from half court, and LeBron said he has rockets.
And his calves, yeah.
And his calves, rockets. And he's not lying because he gets up.
Yeah. He averages 25 and a half points against Golden State. Steph averages 41 against Memphis. So that point guard. Currently, right now, I think the must see athlete is Ja, because Ja's over the last 10 games he's been performing a lot better than
Yes, he has. The Bulls are on fire.
Bulls are on fire.
Their streak was broken.
Yeah, but besides that, they've won 9 straight.
Yeah, they look good. They were the prior team to win 9 straight. They look good.
They have the Pistons tonight.
That should be a dub.
And then they have Brooklyn tomorrow.
That's gonna be a good game.
Kyrie is gonna play that game
because it's a road game. Yes,
because it's a road game. They've beaten this team twice. Do you think that Brooklyn can flip the table?
I think the difference could be Kyrie Irving.
Right, because he had 22 against Portland, even though they lost.
Yeah. And he playing. Okay, that was against Portland.
Right.
I think he could be the difference because they need that third scorer against Chicago.
Yeah.
And speaking of Kyrie, he made his debut. Yeah. He's playing road games.
But it's going to mess him up in the long
run. Because he's either eventually going to have to take the jab,
right?
Or they're going to have to remove the mandate.
Yeah, or he's going to have to hope that the mayor removes the mandate. Because doing this whole back and forth thing is annoying.
Yes.
And it doesn't get our team chemistry down to science. Because it's like, bro, I got to depend on you on road games.
Yeah.
And then, like, we're playing home games. And in some home games, it's tough teams.
No. You spitting right on it.
Bro.
Kawhi Leonard is ahead of his rehab schedule, man.
Yeah. So
this is Mr.
Load Management.
Load Management. I don't know what that's going to mean for the Clippers. Clippers been going through a lot of injuries too because Paul George has been out.
Yeah, I think he dislocated something in
his elbow. Yeah.
They're already 20 and 21, so
both LA teams are struggling.
Right.
So LA is just down right now.
So yeah, I mean, because here's the thing: by the time Kawhi comes back, and I'm not saying I don't want him to come back,
it's gonna be too late.
It's gonna be too late.
He might as well just take the year off.
Yeah, because Golden State and Phoenix
are so far ahead.
Run that whole thing.
Yeah, they're gonna run that. And last but not least, in basketball, the Dallas Mavericks retire Dirk Nowitzki's number. His jersey, the Raptors.
I saw his trophy.
And the statue they're going to build for him outside the stadium.
That was fire.
I think that's fire, so kudos Mark Cuban.
Luka's trying to getting back into the MVP conversation.
Yeah, he's trying to work his way back in. I think having Jason Kidd's tutelage is going to benefit him.
Yeah.
Because Jason Kidd is a point guard. He knows the point guard position better than anyone. Is going to teach him because even the chemistry with him and Porzingis is better this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was able to iron that out.
And when they get Porzingis back, they'll be a lot
I think they'll be a lot better. They'll be one of them teams I'm not sure you want to face. But
here's the thing. Eventually, they got to start winning playoff series because we say that exact thing every year. And then when they get to the first round, matchup for matchup, you think, okay, Dallas is going to get bumped out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they somehow manage to do their thing.
Yeah.
Until we get to the last 3 games of a series, talking about 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
And then they just blows up.
Well, no disrespect to who was the head coach? Rick Carlisle. Great coach. I think Jason.
That first year in the bubble, not going to really count.
Right, yeah, don't count that.
We're not going to count that. That second year, I don't blame him at all for that.
Right.
I just think the dysfunction chemistry between him and Luka
caused problems.
Hit its boiling point at the wrong time.
At the wrong time.
Because if that had hit it maybe in February, they might have had a little bit of break.
Time to smooth it over.
Let's have a team meeting and figure this out.
Yeah.
But the fact that it kind because they was a better team. They was whipping the Clippers.
Yeah.
On the road.
And you got to give Tyronn Lue credit
For making adjustments.
And Luka didn't make the adjustments he needed to make.
Right.
Yeah.
He started playing
one-on-one basketball.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
We'll see how that works out.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So Full House, Bob Saget dies at 65.
Yeah.
I'll send our condolences out to him and his family.
Yeah.
He was found dead in a hotel room. No one knows any of the details.
They said it was a fire.
Not at the hotel.
Not the hotel, but I guess the fire department tried to.
Well, they had to bust his room door open.
Yeah.
Because there was no response.
Right.
But they said he died peacefully. Sidney Poitier, actor before your time. Me and your moms grew up watching, Uptown Saturday Night and movies like that. And Sidney was the first to win an Oscar as a black man.
Okay.
So he passed away at 94.
Yeah.
Your girl Rianna is opening up some Savage Fenty stores around the country.
Yeah, I like it.
I said that wrong?
No,
Is it Savage? Okay, don't be laughing at me. I don't want to blow it up. Golden Globes. Will Smith won the award for Best Male Actor. And this is an indicator. It usually means if you win that one, you got a great chance to win the Oscars.
Yeah.
Doesn't guarantee it.
Right.
But we'll see.
But I'm happy about that because he definitely deserved it. Killed that.
John Legend sells all of his music.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know if he's going broke, but let's see.
I mean, well, I wouldn't be surprised because according to all the good music members, besides probably maybe Pusha T, they're saying the bank accounts
ain't adding up. Kanye didn't handle his business. And last but not least, we don't know if this is speculation, but there's a fake son in China.
Well, I saw the video.
Yeah, but the video they're saying is from a time a few years back, and they're syncing it with today's information. That's according to my sources.
Well, since you used to put me up on NASA, can you try to explain it? Because we used to talk about these all the time. A
fake sun that burns 5 times hotter than our sun. I don't know for what purpose you would need something to burn that hot. And
let me clarify. If you know science, you know our sun is not the biggest star in the galaxy. In the galaxy, which was obviously
right.
It's just the only sun we see.
Absolutely.
So I'm not surprised, but
why would you need a fake one?
Right. And what kind of technology does China even have
to make a fake sun?
To make a sun.
5 times the sun is already hot.
Right.
You go out there on a summer day, that's gonna scorch you.
And this one is 5 times hotter.
5 times hotter. So now I don't know what China's up to.
Yeah, man.
Let's just hope it was just an experiment of some sort.
Yeah.
Where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, or Disabled Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and enjoy these playoffs. Enjoy this NBA.
Yes.
My man Klay Thompson's back. We play tonight, so we should be able to.
That up one more time.
Memphis is behind.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good one.
And see you guys next week. All right.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands